in Dubai where we had DJ Cowboy, DJ Hummer, DJ Jaguar, all these kind
What are
of
you
cool names.
saying?
Who is this one person who you love collaborated with?
You worked with so many people from the industry. So what does it take for you to become good friends with someone?
Bacha is considered to be very funny. Is there any inside joke that you can let us on? Good everyone, welcome back to another super fun session. And when it comes to DJs, you might or might not know who plays at your go-to club, but everyone knows him. I'm sure you have heard his music. Like his Instagram bio says, he's the master of global collabs. He has collaborated with Jason Derulo, Lil Pump, Yo Yo Honey Singh, Bacha, Pitbull. If I keep taking names, it will take me an hour just to tell you who all he's collaborated with.
Started from Dubai and now is a global name. He has been in the scene even before I knew what a DJ was. Today we have with us DJ Shadow from Dubai.
For any of you who doesn't know who he is, it's quite self-explanatory. He's like a really popular DJ who is from Dubai and likes shadows maybe. Let's find out, shall we? By the way guys, thanks for the continuous love and support. Keep it coming. Please hit that follow button, like and share if you're enjoying these conversations. And also please let us know what you think about us in the comments below.
Podcast for Shadows here. What's good, what's good, what's good, what's good,
Hey guys,
bro?
hey guys.
What's good, good.
What's up my brother? Good to see you.
So good to see you.
Welcome to Let Me Backstage, Shadow.
Thank you.
And before we get on to anything, here's a band.
All right.
You know, usually you go to a nightclub and then you wear a band for the artist, but then this is Let Me Backstage band.
All right, so I get backstage access.
everywhere.
Welcome to the Let Me Backstage Club.
Thank
That's
you.
what's
Thank
up.
you guys for having me.
Thank you for
Thank
giving us your
you.
time, Shadow. This was actually the most anticipated podcast that we were really looking forward to. And
Wow.
here we are together. You know, so diving right deep in, we've seen that you've talked about your journey and who you are, but we'll still talk about it a little bit here. Can you tell us your journey?
Oh, well, it's been quite a long journey actually. So looking back, I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
But being an engineering student,
Yeah.
studying computer science engineering, in my second year, I realized that this is not something I really want to do. I had to do something different. I got into events. I was working in events. Started off as a flyer boy, distributing
Wow.
flyers outside universities.
No way.
On the cars, yes.
India?
No, in Dubai.
Dubai, okay.
Yes, yeah. And that was my first job actually, which I got in events. Eventually, I got inside a club for the first time, and then I realized, wow, this is something else. This world is crazy. And
Right.
then seeing a DJ perform for the first time, I was like, wow, this is what I want to do, because he had control of the whole crowd,
Yeah.
especially the women.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's go. We just started.
I was like, damn, what am I doing outside the club? So it's like, maybe this is something
Yeah.
I should pursue.
Yeah.
So that's how it started. That's how the idea started, not for the
Right.
right reasons. But a few years down the line, learning DJing, learning music, I realized that I really do have music in my blood, and I really want to make something out of this. Not just a hobby, not just a job, but really want to take Bollywood music worldwide. And that's how the journey began. And here I am, still trying, still hustling, still trying
That's
to
what's
make it
up.
happen.
That's what's up. Who was your inspiration though?
David Guetta, for sure.
Like when you started?
When I started, yes. I used to listen to a lot of David Guetta tracks. And I think the best part is last year, I think he got crowned #1 back
He
again.
did. He did.
And for me, that was a sign that, even though you could be so many years in the industry,
Yeah.
but you could still get back up.
Yeah.
True.
So
True.
he's definitely a legend and a big inspiration for
So
me.
this was when back in 2000.
It's been, damn, I feel old. Well, 5 years back.
Okay. So that way we're just 20 years old, guys.
I don't even have my ID.
Anyways, yeah, that's
but
sick.
The term DJ Shadow that you
Uh-huh.
use, there's already a DJ Shadow that exists.
Yes.
He's in LA. And you kind of like remixed his name and now made it DJ Shadow Dubai. So just curious, why would you like take a name that already exists?
So I was in in university at that point of time, we didn't have access to much of YouTube or anything
Yeah.
of that sort back in the days. So I wanted to come up with a DJ name, and there was a trend back then in Dubai where we had DJ Cowboy, DJ Hummer, DJ Jaguar, all these kind
What are
of
you
cool names.
saying?
So yeah, really cool,
Cool names.
names. And I was like, okay, I need a name. And I was a very shy guy then, and I was like, maybe I need an alter ego. And that's how Shadow came. Me and my Shadow. Shadow was a crazier guy, and I was a sober one. And I didn't realize there was another DJ back then until about 5 years later, when I had to push out one of my first official remixes. It was with Jay Sean. The song was called Stay. And the manager of Jay called me up and said, listen, we have an issue. We can't put it out with your name, DJ Shadow, because there's already a DJ Shadow existing.
Taken, right.
Yes, and he put it out as Desi Shadow Dubai.
No
That's-
way. No way, really.
Yeah, so it was called Jay Sean Stay Desi Shadow Dubai remix.
We didn't know about this.
Yeah, so but the song, the mix became really popular, especially on BBC Asian Network. It topped the charts for about 10 weeks.
Wow.
The Desi remix, which I did, actually did much better than the original in the in BBC Asian Network,
Desi
because I had
Shadow.
a,
Oh, wow.
a Desi twist to it. And then I was like, okay, since this thing has worked, maybe
Yeah.
I should just add Dubai out there.
Right.
And at that point of time, to be honest, I didn't think that I would, start DJing worldwide or go around the world. It was just in Dubai, and I thought, okay,
Yeah.
that would make sense, DJ Shadow Dubai, and that was
Dubai.
it. And yeah, it's just
Ho gaya.
Yeah,
Bas
after
ho
that,
gaya.
yeah.
I mean, I think it's still better than Desi Shadow Dubai.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
DJ Shadow Dubai. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's the best part about it
Yeah,
right
but
now.
I love how you use the word shadow as your alter
Yeah.
ego, which is very cool.
Are you still shy?
yes, I am actually. I think the real me is a bit shy.
Yeah.
I think I need a few drinks probably.
Some shots. Can we get some shots for you? Jaeger bombs, tequilas.
So when we talk about you, it always rhythms with great collabs and remixes, and you're great friends with Honey Singh and Basha and all these guys. Who is this one person who you love collaborated with?
I think Guru, me and Guru have spent a lot of time together as friends. We've known each other for quite a while. So it was really fun collaborating with him. I was one of the first major collaborations I did as well. So it was really fun. We shot the music video in Miami. Yeah, it was crazy. It was good fun.
Yeah.
But I think you actually look a little bit like Guru Randhawa.
Actually,
I don't know, he
yeah,
keeps-
like the face cuts.
Yeah, the-
You know,
Yeah.
he
Does he ever get
no,
this?
he doesn't know. He keeps comparing me with another artist called Suki.
Oh, yeah,
He used to
Suki.
call me Suki all the time while we were shooting.
But you said that you're an introvert, a little bit of an introvert.
Yes.
So you worked with so many people from the industry. So what does it take for you to become good friends with someone, or have you made good friends with someone? What is your vibe like?
I think I've worked with a lot of artists when they start off young. And I have a habit of meeting
Yeah.
most of these artists, talking to them, understanding, their music and stuff like that. So I guess that's how we connect through music. And that's really helped me work with these artists when they really have popped up. Like Bacha, and I think I did one of the first weddings which Bacha was performing at. I was DJing at the same wedding, so we were backstage. We were backstage. And,
Oh yeah.
and chilling, and he was telling me how nervous he was about his first performance at a wedding, because he had a couple of songs out then. But I think the lyrics of that song probably didn't really go with a wedding vibe.
Yeah.
So he's a bit nervous, but now Bacha is just
What was the
killing it.
lyrics though?
I'm not too sure if you can say. It was quite cheesy. It was a big hit in that era.
Right.
Yeah, but I think.
But is that when
think
you met
times have
Basha
changed.
for the first time?
I'm not too sure actually. I think we've chilled a few times. We've chilled
Acha.
quite a few times. Yes.
Acha.
But can we also know, like, how does this whole collaboration game works? Like, you may be working with Jason, you working with Jay Sean. How does, like, what is it?
I think it's just primarily to do with my music style. When I started DJing in Bollywood, Bollywood music, at one point of time in Dubai club especially, it was just house remixes of these Bollywood songs going back to back. And then the last 1 hour, they would play a lot of Amitabh Bachchan songs. So the Desis who lived in Dubai for all their life, they were not connecting with this because we've grown up listening to a lot of R&B, Eminem,
Right.
Akon,
Right.
and then we also listen to the Bollywood stuff. So I thought, why not mix this both together? So when I started DJing, I started mixing up both the commercial songs as well as the Bollywood songs, and that kind of worked for me as a DJ. And when I started producing music, that's the kind of vibe I really wanted to bring out as well. So I wanted desi vocals, but I wanted more of a commercial vibe to it, and that's what
Right.
I've been trying to produce as well.
Right.
And then later on, I thought, okay, how to really get this into that zone would be also to have an American artist onto the song.
Right.
And yeah, that's how the journey started of trying to collaborate the East and the West.
Right.
And to be honest, being in Dubai was one of the strong points because
It has to be.
I've worked with a lot of American artists when they've come down to Dubai. We've partied together
Yeah.
and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So yeah, it's
Well, I think what clicks me at this point when he says this is when we had in the last podcast with Meet Bros, he had said the same thing when he did Baby Doll. He wanted to add that UK vibe to it, UK R&B vibe to it, and that's how it was a little different than the Bollywood
Yeah.
aspect to it. So I think, of course, that's a very smart move and choice that you've taken. Having said that, since we were just talking about Badshah is considered to be very funny. Is there any inside joke that you can let us on? Or any funny moment with him?
No, I don't know if it's a joke, but he loves having his Horlicks. So
Horlicks?
Yeah, Horlicks.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
In the morning?
In the morning. I mean, morning, as in, it used to be late night for me, so we used to after party, and then at 5 a.m.
Are
we
you
would be
saying
like,
5 a.m. in the morning at the afters? He's like, I want to have
Horlicks?
Horlicks.
Yeah, let's go have some Horlicks. And we've had that a few times, and yeah, but it was. I mean, he's a great guy, amazing guy. We've
Yeah,
had
for
some
sure.
really good.
For sure, but Horlicks, okay. So, is there any funny moment that you guys had between each other apart from Horlicks? Maybe somewhere out there. Maybe in Delhi, maybe in Bombay.
Yeah, well, nothing which comes to my mind right now, but yeah, can't think of much.
Alex,
but,
is it?
Horlicks, yeah. Or
Horlicks.
whenever I think about him, I do think about
Horlicks.
Yeah, I miss
Horlicks.
having the.
Bro, this has to be like the deepest insider of
This is
Badshah. Like
crazy,
nobody
yeah,
knows about this
yeah.
for sure.
I hope he's watching it.
Anyways,
Is
that's
there
sick.
any one person from the industry around the world who you would love to work with, and why?
I think that name changes every other year, right? Every year there's some new talent coming in. But I think from a long time, I've really wanted to work with Justin Bieber. That would be like a dream come true. Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah. I think the best part is after he released his track "Baby" and which got trolled by most of the
Yeah.
audience, and how he's come back to cater to the adult audience. I think that's amazing. So if that would be a dream,
Justin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
But-
a lot of people from India have this thing, man. Like, the big, massive artists, for example, him and few other people that we've spoken to, they
I
all
think
said
Justin
that
is always on the list.
on the list for number
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And I hope that comes true for you,
Yeah,
bro.
let's
Like,
hope. Yeah.
DJ Shah to Dubai X Justin Bieber, Let
be
Me Love
watching a
You, let's
play-
go.
Crazy vibes.
Well,
But Justin Bieber is one thing, but playing for Shah Rukh Khan, the king, is another thing. I mean, people go crazy when the King Khan is involved. How is that experience?
Actually, when I got into DJing, I was thinking, what's the height I want to reach to it?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
kept telling myself, because I was a huge Shah Rukh Khan fan, I was like, the day I play for Shah Rukh, that would be it. That's the day I would think that I've made it.
Yeah.
So I initially I did play for Shah Rukh for a few public events where he was promoting his films. So I didn't really feel that connect. So I thought, no, I haven't reached. So one day I just got a call in the morning and asked me if there was a girl who asked me if I'm free in the night, and I said no, I have a show tonight. And she's like, no, I want to book you for a private party. But I said, no, I have a club residency. I can't do it. So she's like, no, it's a very, it's a VIP party and the client really wants to have you.
The client.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay. And she's like, maybe you can play for a couple of hours and then you can leave. And I was like, all right, let me make some extra dollars. Let's do this.
why not?
And because she said that it was in a villa in Palm Jumeirah, so I knew this is going to be like.
And you didn't know it was
great.
Shah Rukh Khan
I
until
had
then?
no clue it was Shah Rukh.
Okay,
So
it
I
was
kept-
client.
It was a client, and I kept asking her for the villa number
Yeah,
and the details, and she never said that. And I kept thinking, oh my God, is this a prank call on a Thursday night? It's a weekend, and I really want to go to the club and party.
Yeah.
So I was on the way there, and then she's like, this Villa 63. So, and I was like, okay. And I entered the community, and they were asking me what name. of the owner, and I asked her, and she's like, Shah Rukh Khan.
Oh.
So at that point of time, I was like, should I just take a U-turn and go? I think this is a prank, right?
Yeah,
And
of
the guy, the guard is going to be like, okay, he's going to laugh at me. So I said, Shah Rukh, and he's like, all right, and I was like, okay. And then I entered the house, and there was nobody there. It was just me in there. And then I was like, okay, now I need to find out, what's the party going on. So I found a chef and asked, is this Shah Rukh Khan's house? And he was like, yes.
Oh,
And I'm
damn.
like, okay, the actor is like, yes. And then I was like, oh my God. Okay, now things are going to get
Getting
real.
serious.
Yeah, getting serious, yes.
So how? I mean, what was? So you met him,
I did, yes.
and what was that interaction like?
A few guests came in. Farah Khan came in. Then Abhishek Bachchan came in. There was, I think, the shoot of Happy New Year. It came to an end, and that was a celebration party.
Yeah.
And also there was a SEMA Awards happening, which is a South Indian
Right.
Film Awards.
Right.
So a lot of South Indian actors and actresses came in. Honey Singh and Atif Aslam were there was a concert happening in Dubai.
Yeah.
So Honey Singh popped in as well. So
Right.
a lot of people, and I have to say Shah Rukh is one of the best hosts I've ever seen, because he made every single person comfortable.
Wow.
Like everybody was at ease, everybody was chilling. And not to forget, I had a residency I was working in, which I had to go back to, but they did not
Let you?
let me.
Yeah?
They did
They
not
let-
let me.
no?
They caged me there, and they're like, you have to play.
But you were also cool, I'm sure. Yeah? Like,
I mean,
fuck that.
after seeing Deepika Padukone walking out, she was there, and the funny part was she walked in with Ranveer Singh, and just a few months back, she had broken up with Ranbir Kapoor at that point. So I was a bit upset because Ranbir Kapoor fan. I was like, oh, what's happening? And this was not out in the public, so I see her walking in with Ranveer, and the party was crazy. They didn't have any phones allowed, and people were jumping in the pool, and the party went on till 7 in the morning. And getting back to the question, if I met Shah Rukh, that's when I actually interacted with him.
Yeah.
He was walking out, everybody had left, and it was just him. He was walking out of the door,
Right.
and he stopped. He came back looking at me and walked towards me. And he just said, thank you. We all had a great time. And he said, usually we don't play Bollywood music at our, house parties,
Yeah.
but, we had a crazy time.
Oh, wow.
And then I
Wow.
told him that I've done a mashup of his songs. So he checked out the mashup, and he was really happy. For me, it was a big thing, because it
course.
was just like,
100%.
I mean, how many hosts would actually just come
Yeah,
and talk to
yeah.
the DJ? At the end of the night, it was 7 in the morning. Everyone was tired. So
Yeah.
a great guy, amazing. Yeah.
Well, I think, did you try to know if, how did you get this gig? Like, how did she get in touch with you? Like, did she knew who you were? You were referred by someone?
So the manager knew who I was. She had listened to my Shah Rukh Khan
Pooja?
mashup. I think it was his Dubai manager called Yashu.
Okay.
More than the manager is his friend.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
like elder sister, yes.
Right. So, that's how they basically got in touch with
Yes.
you. So, another thing is, some DJs and producers have been criticized for using pre-recorded sets, during live performances. What's your perspective on this? Is it cool? Because, to be honest, I know some really big DJs who, in the Bollywood scene, who does pre-recorded sets at times. I've seen that. So, what's your opinion on it?
I definitely don't think it's cool
Yeah.
because pre-recorded sets, what's the creativity in there?
Yeah.
Knowing the playlist beforehand is fine.
Yeah, that's
what we
cool,
all
yeah,
do. It's like,
yeah.
because at the end of it, music is like, we all kind of magicians.
Yeah.
We have acts, we
Yeah.
have, all of this going on. Let's say the visuals going on, the lights going on. So sometimes you need to have a playlist so that everybody's on board. Maybe
Yeah.
the dancers. So that's fine, but at least you need to mix live, because that's
Yeah.
what the crowd is paying to see you.
Right.
Your skills are on the decks.
Right.
So definitely it's not cool. But I
Right.
think what's not even cool is the whole Instagram reels,
Yeah.
where a lot of DJs are mixing two songs together,
Yeah.
and it's just evident that they're not mixing it, they're not doing anything, and then
Yeah.
they just and even the the audience, I can see some comments where they're saying you're not even doing anything. There's just one fader up,
And they still do it.
and there's just one fader up, and the other fader is not even up,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's just music going on. They're acting as if they're playing from two channels.
Yeah.
So I think that's even worse, because then what happens is people start thinking that this is what DJing actually is.
Is,
That
right.
puts down our industry.
Right,
So I
right.
don't think.
But ऐसे कभी आपके साथ हुआ है where let's say somebody's opening for you, or you've seen somebody playing a pre-recorded set and you're like, bro, what the fuck,
Well, I think if somebody's opening up for me and if it's a new DJ, I wouldn't mind as such. It's probably he's not that confident. He's working. I think my answer was more towards DJs who have made it,
Right.
Who create a name for themselves.
Right.
The younger DJs maybe they
You've
have
never
their,
seen anyone playing pre-recorded sets ever?
To be honest, not really. I don't think
No?
so. No.
Okay, all right, okay. I think that says it all.
I mean, Slowly was a big hit with Guru Randhawa and Pitbull, with I think over 265 million views on YouTube. And I
That's
think this
insane.
was one of your winning moments in life. Can you also share some other winning moments?
I think one of the first songs I had out as an official remix, the song was called Tera Saath Hai Kitna Pyara.
Yeah.
I
love that
think it was
one.
about 15 years ago, maybe. Yeah, a long time ago.
Desi Shadow Dubai.
No, released as DJ Shah Dubai. So
15 or 5?
Oh,
yeah, 5. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I remember coming to Bombay. I mean, we are here in Mumbai right now. So I can remember coming to Mumbai,
Yeah.
sitting outside T-Series office for 4-5 hours, and then getting in there, and then somebody took the CD and just threw it, just
What are
threw
you
it there and said,
saying?
"Oh, we'll check it out." Because I didn't know anybody from the music industry. I lived my whole life in Dubai. People might think that I've been born with a golden spoon,
Yeah.
based out of Dubai. But at the end of it, I didn't really have any connects in the industry. I just came here, met a few people there. They said, okay, that time T-Series, now 2 T-Series popping. So went to T-Series office. So it was quite a struggle to release the first track.
Right.
I made the song probably 2 years before it released. But that was one of my first successes personally because finally got it out. And that was an album I really worked a lot on. So,
Wow,
yes.
it got out on T-Series?
It finally released on Times Music.
Oh,
Ah.
okay.
I mean, I think that's exactly when after the 3-year series, right?
No, a few.
They threw it, picked it, and gave it, and kind of tested it out.
I had about 15, 20 CDs. Yeah.
Nero Bun.
Yes, actually, yeah.
Hero one.
Nero Bun.
But we really want to know about Dubai. This life in Dubai, the yachts, Dubai bling, these crazy parties. We've seen it all, in television,
Yeah.
been there. But what is struggle like in Dubai?
I don't think it's much of a struggle, to be honest, but 20 years back, Dubai was completely different from what it is right now.
Yeah.
That's when, while growing up, I would like to, think that Dubai had a real big part in me becoming who I am because the country, UAE, taught me how to dream big. Like the biggest building, Burj Khalifa. I've seen it grow from scratch
From
to where
nothing,
it is. So I could dream big as well. Even
Right.
the music scene, the best part was even back in the days being in Dubai, I used to listen to a lot of songs from the West and the East.
Yeah.
So that helped make my music what it is right now. Maybe if I was born out here, I'm not too sure what the music industry was back 15, 20 years ago. But back then, too, we would get to hear the latest in terms of
Yeah.
music. Now Dubai's grown, so we've got the best DJs performing week in, week out. And I think, we could watch all these DJs performing on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But to watch them perform live is definitely is an education in itself. You
Right.
get to learn so much. So for me, I'm blessed with that.
Yeah.
And now, like you said, Dubai is all about the parties and the
luxury life.
the luxury
money,
life, the
the
money.
money.
Yes, so I'm glad to be part of that. And my
Right.
name says it all. DJ Shah Dubai.
Have
So,
you
yeah.
played for any shake or like?
Well, I partied in a lot of these parties, but I try because they usually like the Arabic music.
Okay.
And since I don't play much of Arabic,
Right.
yeah, so I just
don't
stick
you,
to the
don't
party.
you have an Arabic mix to any of the Western songs?
Well, yes, I do, but they really love their
Their
Arabic
whole-
music. They love their own music.
Authentic.
So authentic.
Authentic, yeah,
So even
right.
though I do drop a few Arabic songs even sometimes in my
Yeah.
set back home, but yeah, I mean, they love their.
I mean, it's actually crazy that you chose to root yourself towards the Indian and Bollywood
Yeah,
music.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
imagine if Shadow would have chosen like towards the Arabic, like DJ
Yeah.
Shadow.
So funny
Arab,
enough- So funnily enough, during I used to have a club residency when I started off. It was a
Right.
club called Elegante in Dubai. So I think there was a war or something happening in Iran, and the DJ who used to play at the Persian nights out there couldn't fly down back in time.
Right.
And so the manager just called me up and he said, "Hey, just come down tonight. We have a special night."
Right.
And I went there and he gave me like 20 songs and he's like, "Today is a Persian night and we'll have a DJ and we have to play it." I ended up doing that for 4 weeks. And funny enough, nobody knew. There used to be all these people who started coming and talking to me in their language, and I used to be like,
Yeah.
And I just kept playing the same 20 songs in different
They
order.
really like gave you that pen drive with 20 songs.
20 songs, and that's it. And I did that for 4 weeks. And
Really?
yeah, so
Must be like an experience.
it was an experience. And
Yeah, also they say yeah.
No, but you said the partying in Dubai is very different from the partying in Mumbai or in India. How is it different? How would you define Dubai partying versus Mumbai partying, or like
I think
India partying?
it's starting to get a bit similar.
Yeah.
Dubai is all about a little bit of a show off, as well as a lot of champagne culture. It's a bit like Miami, where people love booking tables, going that extra
True.
mile, and they party hard. Even though the club timings in India might be longer,
Yeah.
but Dubai really knows how to party hard.
Right.
I think it's more of like a work hard, play hard culture there. They party every day of the week. They go out every day, and I think the main difference is tourists, because we get a lot of
Yes.
tourists coming
Yeah.
in, and most of these tourists want to party. So we see a lot of new faces every week.
Yeah.
And sometimes when in India, I think when you go to the same clubs week in, week out, we tend to see the same crowd.
Right.
But in Dubai, the crowd keeps changing because there's a lot of tourists coming in, and that helps.
Nice. Nice. Very interesting to know.
Well, I still remember, I think this was a few years back when you had released the remix track of Art Bad. You got a lot of critics towards it. I think that was probably the first Bollywood techno song that had to come in the limelight in India, especially. I'll be very honest with you. When I heard it for the first time, I was like, dude, what the fuck is this? I was trying to figure out. First, I was like, okay, this is DJ Shadow Dubai, Art Bad. I first heard the track. It was normal Art Bad track. And then I heard Naina Lagi
Bula Diya, yes,
Tujhe
yeah.
Bula Diya. I was like, damn. So, how did you come up with that idea? And do you think Bollywood should make more of this?
So 7 years back, I got introduced to techno. Actually, I was in Switzerland, I think, for a wedding, and my friend said, "Listen, we're in Switzerland. Let's go to Berlin."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Okay.
I was like, Berlin? What will you do there? Because I had no clue about the underground scene,
Underground
underground
parties,
culture. I had no
yeah.
clue. I was so much into my Bollywood music.
Yeah.
So he's like, bro, you're an artist and you really need to
Yeah.
understand music, and we should take a trip to Berlin. And I said, my plans were to go to Amsterdam. So we came to a thing that we'll do 3 days, 3-4 days in Berlin, 3-4 days in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let's explore this. We went to Berlin, and we went to the club that night, and we stood in a queue for 1.5 hours.
Berghain?
And no, not Berghain, Treasure.
Treasure. Okay.
Yeah, so 1.5 hours, and it started raining, and I thought I'm gonna beat this guy up, and I'm like, what the hell are we doing? And there were 3 girls in queue right ahead of us.
Okay.
And I told him, man, let's talk to them so that
Yeah.
it's all right,
Easy
actually,
access. Yeah.
easy access.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, it's sorted, and I was like, okay. And right in front of us, these 3 girls got denied entry.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, after 1.5 hours, standing in this queue, and it's raining, and I'm like, okay, I lost,
Yeah.
I've had my share of techno music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the hostess there asked us, what are you there for? And he said, no, we have come from Switzerland. We want to experience techno music. So she asked, who's your favorite DJ out the list? And I looked at the list, and there was like three pages. Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, I don't know any of these
Anyone.
names. So then he said a name. I forgot the name. I think it was David Zahn or someone like that.
Dustin Zahn.
Okay,
Yeah,
Dustin Zahn.
Dustin
yeah.
Zahn, yeah.
And she's like, what time is the set? And he knew it.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, okay. And she's like, yeah, you guys go in. And I went in there, and trust me, what I saw and what I experienced, I don't think I can ever explain.
Yeah.
It was
Absolutely.
crazy. It was amazing. And the clubs open there Friday night, 11 p.m. and
Shuts
go
Monday.
on
Monday
Monday
morning.
morning. And you're not
How many
allowed.
days you were in for?
But you're not even allowed to use your phone there.
Yeah.
So there are no phones.
Yeah.
So what happens is either you're on the dance floor dancing because you cannot take your phone out, and
Yeah.
or you cannot be on your Instagram,
Yeah.
or you're at the bar, you're talking to people.
Yeah.
So this was amazing. I made a lot of friends there,
Nice.
and the
Nice.
music was crazy.
Right.
And that time I got introduced that kind of music. Then I started traveling a lot after that, doing a lot of festivals. I went to Exit Festival. I went to Tulum.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, Tulum. Zamna.
Zamna, yes. So I always wanted to push out something at that point of time, which I thought which I was experiencing.
Right.
But I knew if I pushed out something which was on the harder side of techno, which I really enjoy, I
Right.
knew that the crowd would not probably.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I thought, let me
absolutely.
put out something which was like a more commercial vibe,
Yeah,
art back,
yeah, art
and
back.
a Bollywood. At that point of time, though, I was highly criticized. People
Oh, yeah.
abused me a lot.
Really, abuses and all that I don't know, but I've heard. I've seen a lot of people talking about it.
Yeah, so people, mostly, obviously, I didn't think the techno DJs would like it, so that was okay. But some of the Bollywood DJs were like, "Oh, what is this?" You know.
Yeah.
This is
How did you
nonsense.
deal with it? Like,
It's okay. Like I've had a lot of criticism
Yeah.
over my life,
Yeah.
so I don't really, I think music is all about expressing yourself, right?
Yes.
So that was what I
Yes.
wanted to do, and if some people didn't like it, maybe it's their opinion. They
Right.
didn't, it was their right.
Right.
But now I see a lot of especially Bolly tech coming out.
Right.
So that's great. I think so I'm not
the
too,
Indo house.
Oh, Indo house,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Kahani,
Kahani,
vibe,
yeah.
Kahani
Yeah.
vibe. So I
Right.
think it's great,
Yeah.
amalgamation of two different music cultures.
Right.
But I just feel that now what has happened is the techno scene, though kind of especially out here, has become so commercial.
Mainstream,
and
yeah.
and the music out there is being catered to that kind of.
Right.
It's I think it's like if I go to a techno show out here, I feel like I'm in a Bollywood night. People are singing
Right.
along.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
People are using the mic. DJs are using the mic. People are singing along.
Yeah.
Champagne's popping. So I do miss that old culture.
Right, right.
Where 3-4 years back there was a whole crazy vibe of techno music. Out here.
But Shadow, how does this work? You remixed a track for Artbat
Uh-huh.
and you put up Tujhe Bhuladia vocals on it. So how does this work? How
The
do you
royalty
determine-
game. The
Yeah, it
royalty-
was an unofficial remix. It was nothing official.
But do you make money off it?
No, not really.
Nothing?
No, I don't. There are tracks which are unofficial, but like some of the tracks which I release with some other labels where I put it out on my channel. So I do make money out of YouTube. But
Right.
not on these songs.
Right.
Not which are, especially not mashups.
Right.
Which are mashed up with another artist
Right.
songs.
So
Yeah.
there's no copyright, there's no permission.
Well, at times we do get copyright strikes, and I write to me or my management writes to the management of the other artists, explaining that we are not here trying to make some money. We are just,
Right.
pushing out some music.
Right.
So yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Also, like DJing at weddings must be like different kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
How different is it from like playing at a club maybe?
So initially, I used to hate playing at weddings. When I started off DJing at weddings, I thought it was really tough, and then people used to get really aggressive.
Yeah.
But I think once you get booked for who you are, for your name, then it becomes easier because the client has booked you because they know you. So then it becomes much easier, and then the client becomes like super
Also,
pally.
the money comes in.
Also, the money comes. Yeah.
Lots of
but
money.
I feel the best part though is you get to meet a lot of people at these
Yes.
weddings, and I love that. It's just interacting with a lot of different crowd.
Right.
Sometimes I think when you play in different clubs, it's a club crowd, and you don't get to meet people out there. It's just some fans who come and probably interact with you. But in weddings, you get to meet a lot of people, and I think that's great.
Many drunk people.
And can we like talk about any one funny moment at any of the weddings if you found that? There must be many, but like just
Yeah, I mean, fun. Yeah, I think
funny
taking-
or weird, whatever.
Weird was, I think, being pulled a gun.
What?
Yes,
No
someone pulled a
way.
gun and said, yeah.
Was it
Play the
Delhi?
song?
Yeah, it was.
Delhi?
I think it was in Gurgaon. Yeah, at that point in time. I think it was
NCR.
10 years ago, there was a song. The song had just come out called Bapu Zimedar. Yeah, and the guy kept telling me this name of the song, and I thought that he was telling us Bapu Zamindar. And I kept checking, and I couldn't find the song. And like I said, I just started off into weddings at that point of time, so I didn't really have that whole Punjabi collection.
Yeah.
And he got pissed off, and then he took out his gun, and he's like, "You better play the song." And guess what happened?
What?
I ran.
Really? Left everything and you ran?
I ran, yes.
You ran.
I did run because that was first time in my life I ever saw a gun. I ran.
नहीं मरना नहीं है.
You just disappeared
had
from
to-
the
He couldn't.
events.
Yeah, I just disappeared. I mean, my manager was out there, so he managed to put in the DJ out there. But I got really scared, because I come from Dubai. It's a really safe place.
Yeah.
So I've never seen this kind of. So I was.
दिल्ली का हूँ.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was a weird one, but a fun one. But it did not happen in a wedding, but in a club when I started off DJing. So I was DJing at this club called Candy Club, and there was a really cute-looking girl, and she kept waving at me, and I'm like, okay. I was quite young then. I was like, okay. And,
Let's go.
And she kept shouting, "Come to me, come to me, come to me." And I'm like, okay, what is wrong with this girl? And okay, I went there, and then I reached, and she pulls me closer, and she's like, "Come to me." I'm like, okay. And I mean, screw the set. I think I'm done now. I need to go. And then she's like, "Come to me, come to me." I'm like, okay, okay, what's happening? And she's like, so there was a song out back in the days from Bluff Master which started, "Come to me." So she
Come to me.
So she wanted me to drop that song, but
Not to come to you.
I think that's one incident I can't ever forget. So now when I get requests, I double check,
Check.
make sure, yeah.
Bro, this has to be the
Oh
most
my god, that was
funniest
so funny.
moment I've ever heard. He's like, already, like, let's go. I'm done with
I'm packing my bags.
I thought I was actually expecting this in Thailand somewhere. Come to me and yes, हाँ बोलो.
Sick, man. Sick.
But right now, like we discussed, everyone is listening to these music on Instagram reels that are going viral, right? And everyone's addicted to it. So, like, what do you have to say about it? Because I don't know how the industry is taking it. Because you guys are making tracks, but there are these small little snippet reels that are going viral on Instagram that is also doing the trends.
I
So
think
what do you have to say?
as music producers, we have to jump on the trend. That's the only thing we can do. There's no point complaining about what's happening. We just have to make it better. One of my songs got viral on Reels, so I can't really complain. There's a song I did called Banna Re. It was a folk song which I reproduced, and it ended up having 23 million views on YouTube.
Wow.
I think about millions of reels on Instagram. Madhuri Dixit did a reel on the song.
Wow.
So yeah, I
Congratulations,
can't
bro.
complain.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations.
So you're one of the viral buddies
I did, yeah,
on
I did.
Instagram.
I did get viral, but like I said, there are a lot of songs which get viral out there which might not really make sense.
Yeah.
So I think it's up to us to jump onto the trend to make sure we still got some.
That's why we're here together right now on the podcast.
Yes.
Maybe it could go viral. I don't know.
Who are your all-time heroes and like what influences you to be like them?
In terms of Bollywood or music,
In terms of your style and vibe.
style. Okay, I don't know about style, but I've always been a big fan of Shah Rukh Khan. I know we spoke about him.
Yeah.
So I didn't tell you guys one secret.
Okay, yeah, please, let's go.
Yes, yes.
He ended up blocking me on Twitter.
What?
Why would you say that? No.
Yeah. So in between, my YouTube was really popping. It still is.
Yeah.
But at that point of time, one of the property companies in Dubai, they wanted to sponsor some videos on my YouTube, and we came up with the idea that I should probably do a few movie reviews because back in the days, movies used to release on Thursdays in Dubai and Fridays in India. So we
India,
had a
Yeah.
upper hand.
Yeah.
One day.
So Thursday I used to review movies, and I used to put it on YouTube. And one of the first movies I reviewed was Jab Harry Met Sejal.
Right.
And now being a big SRK fan, I was really disappointed with the movie, and I gave it a 1 star.
Oh, shit.
And I tagged Shah Rukh on it, and next thing I was blocked.
This was after his gig or before?
No, this is after.
After the gig, bro, or else he wouldn't have been booked.
Else I wouldn't have been booked. Yeah. Else probably I would have been scared going into Shah Rukh's house. I don't know.
Are you still unblocked? Are you still blocked?
I haven't checked. I don't use Twitter anymore, but I'm guessing. Yeah.
Yeah, but
next time I
He
meet
would
him,
never go back and like unblock
Block-
that.
yeah.
probably next time I meat him, I'll tell him.
No, but at least you were honest. At least you were
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
I mean, that's a good thing about it. So, since we've been talking about, how crazy moments you've had with girls and women's or whatever, I've been wanting to ask this thing. So, once you're a DJ, like a known DJ, you get a lot of attention from females. Do you think that you can find the one easily because you get so much attention by women? And how often do you get women in a week?
Oh, right, okay. I think we have a girl sitting here, so we should.
No, but I've gotten to know that you came into the industry thinking that they're all girls and it's
Yeah.
easy. So I know the story of you already.
Yeah. That's why
I think it's not just for DJs, right?
Yeah.
Like people who go to clubs,
promoters.
promoters. I mean, even just the whole young crowd who are
Yeah.
into clubbing
Yeah.
is become easier, I think,
Yeah.
as years have passed by.
Yeah.
The whole Instagram culture.
Yeah.
I've never been on Tinder, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But asking if if you can find the one, I'm not too sure in the club, but yeah, I guess you can.
I can see the shy side now.
Yeah, I mean, I find it a bit weird to answer this.
Did you find the one till now? How many the ones have you found?
Well, I've been DJing for quite a few years, so
Yeah.
keeping count has been
Yeah.
tough.
Difficult.
Yeah, it's been difficult.
But how do you deal with attention from all these females? You know, let's say there's a hot woman. She's like giving you all the attention at the club while you're playing. How do you deal with it? Do you like stop your set and go to her, or
No, I think I like to believe it's for the music. It's not just for
Right.
me. So I
Right.
like to think, okay, she loves my music. So I,
Great answer. Great answer.
answer.
Great answer. I think that's what we needed to hear.
You know, your autobiography is coming out soon.
yes, hopefully soon.
It's called LSD, Love, Sex, Drugs.
Us,
And
yeah, so the thing is, it's called LSD because I think I got into DJing and the nightlife because of that.
Right.
Love, sex, drugs.
Love,
I
sex.
think
Yeah.
most of us DJs, see that kind of culture and be like, wow, that's what we really want to get into. And then a few years later, we try to be like, oh no, we don't do all of this. So COVID had hit, and I was home, and I was alone, stuck up at home. And I was cleaning up my cupboard, and I saw a few journals of mine. So when I used to travel back in the days as a kid for shows, I used to write a lot. I used to write a journal, I used to write a diary. There was no Netflix back then to watch on the plane. We were quite bored, and I used to write a lot. So I started reading, and I realized that how far I've come. At some point of time you lose sight of it, and I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Right.
And during COVID, I had kind of lost all motivation. I was sitting at home, just enjoying
Yeah.
TV and all of that. Reading through it, I was like, nah, man, there's more to it. These are all my dreams. I've only come this far, but okay, it remotivated myself, and I felt
Right.
like maybe I should write a book about how far I've come and
Yeah.
the things I've gone through. Also, how nightlife is. Because a lot of people, a lot of DJs, even in podcasts, we talk about the good side of the nightlife, but there's also the real side of the nightlife where there's a lot of alcohol, there's a lot of drugs, and how this, affects our life on a daily basis and,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on a long term. So even it's not a preachy book though. It's more fun. It's about how my life has
Yeah, please
passed
give
through
us.
this.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a great title for that. So
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like
I
I
mean,
said,
once
like-
it's ready, please have one sent to us.
Signed
Sure,
copy.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I mean,
yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love to read what you've done, what you've been through. And one more thing that I wanted to ask you was, usually DJs are the last one to get into controversies. Have you ever put yourself in a situation where you ended up being in a controversy? Maybe in India, maybe in Dubai.
Yeah, I think there was one, but I really can't recall. My
Okay.
memory has
Yeah.
gone for a toss.
So
but
this must have been like 20 years back.
no, it was
7 years.
Yeah, it was just
7 years.
5 years.
I
Sorry.
said I remember my manager calling me up, and it was a bit of a controversy, but I really can't.
Right, okay.
Can't remember.
So I mean, yeah, that's why I said DJs are usually the last
but
ones.
I'm usually like quite
Very
chilled
calm,
out. So yeah.
chill, right? I mean, whenever you come to India, you usually like stay in Bombay. I've seen you in Goa a few times as well.
Uh-huh.
You chill in Goa most of the times as well. So Goa, I think, what's your favorite venue to play in Goa, and in India also, for a matter of
Yeah, I
fact?
think in India it's definitely Prism. I really love Hyderabad. It's in Hyderabad. I really love the place. There have been a few other clubs over the years, but I think Prism have just kept the standard for so long. So
Right.
it's crazy.
So that's number one.
Number one for
Let's
sure.
do 5.
The rest of the clubs will probably stop booking me if I do 5.
Okay.
So let's stick to one.
Yeah,
But
let's stick
since
to
you
one.
asked about Goa,
Yeah.
I think I really enjoyed my time playing at Hammers.
Right.
It's another super club back
Right.
in Dubai.
I think
in
you've
Goa.
done weekly residency at that place.
No, I think it was monthly.
Monthly, okay,
yeah,
right.
but I haven't played there for a while. But
Right.
it was crazy fun. I
Right.
mean, the whole Goa vibe, the people coming out there and then
Yeah.
just going crazy,
Right.
and the club itself has a
Yeah.
great vibe. So.
Right. I think both are very similar, right? Like Prism and I mean, not in terms of the interiors or whatever, but size-wise, I think it's
It is, yeah. But I think what Hammers
I've
really
never
have
been
done,
there.
yeah, okay. What really Hammers have really done is they have really pushed the Bollywood EDM culture. So even though EDM in terms of big room has been going down, Hammers has still kept that,
Right.
and that's so much fun because you're going to play that. Is you don't need to think second guess. Okay, should I play this kind of set, that kind of? That's what the people are coming for.
Right.
So in a way, they have kind of created their own music style in that room, and which I think is a big achievement.
Right. So I mean, it's been about 7 years at tops for you in the industry, right? So let's, so since you belong to Dubai, you were born and raised in Dubai. You've started your journey in Dubai. How did you come across the agency you are with right now? Like, how did you get signed with it? How do you know Arjun? We miss you, bro. I gotta catch up with you soon. Yeah. How did you meet him? How did you?
So funnily enough, I got. I think we started talking through another artist of his called Candice
Redding,
Redding. Yeah. And then we just connected.
Right.
We vibed, and then we said,
Right.
okay, let's do this.
What was it that clicked? Ki, matlab, okay, I want to work with this guy.
I think it was the same vision. We had
Right.
a similar vision that this is what we want to do. I
Right.
told him how I wanted to put music out, which which I wanted the music to travel around the world, and
Right.
he had that kind of vision, and I needed a shark in my life, so.
Absolutely.
One last thing I want to ask you is any upcoming collaboration or songs you want to talk about to our viewers?
So yeah, I've been working quite hard for the last 10 to 12 months. There are a lot of releases coming out. I'll speak about the next one, which I'm
Yeah.
really, really excited about.
So are we. Sorry.
Yes, the song features Jason Derulo. After
Whoa.
Jalebi Baby, I think he's become
Right.
a household name out here as well. And I've done a few collaborations in the past, but this was really different. So usually what happens is we start the collaboration thinking that we're going to make the next new sound, which is going to travel worldwide.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the American artist usually wants to hear a snippet of the song.
Right.
So we start working backwards. We start creating a song. Then the Indian artist comes in.
Right.
And then we have a little bit of, what started off as a global sound,
Right.
mixed into an Indian melody. And then
Right.
a little bit the melody takes over. And then
Right.
the Indian sound comes in.
Right.
So, it becomes like a more of a mix mash.
Right.
Where we wanted to create a international sounding
Right.
song, but
Right.
here we started off with an Indian artist. So it really doesn't, for me, it doesn't reach that stage where we feel that we've got an international sound.
Right.
So Jason, when we spoke to Jason's team, they said the same. Let's listen to the song. So I actually sat down with him explaining when he had come for a show in Dubai that this is what we want to do. We want to create a global sounding song. So for that, I needed him to record first. And he listened to my story and he's like,
Is
"Let's
it
do
done right now? Is the whole track done?
Yeah, the track is done. The video
Can
is
we
shot.
give maybe just can we give 10 seconds of snippet
Well,
on this
I
podcast?
can't even sing, so I don't know how.
Oh,
we're gonna
you
do
can't
that.
even sing.
Yeah, no,
Or
I
maybe,
can't.
you know,
I
you
can't
can-
sing to save
Yeah.
my life. I
Alright.
proposed to one of my ex-girlfriends and I tried singing and she ran. So.
No, I mean, can we?
When
if
can
not
we have
this-
a date? Can we have a
Yeah.
date of release?
Well, I don't know yet, but hopefully in the next few months. But all I can say, the song is called Soniye.
Sony.
Sonia.
Yeah.
And Jason sings the word Soniye, so I'm hoping that is going to be the next urban.
Can we make our viewers listen to 10-second snippets if that's cool? Like,
I don't think that could
huh?
happen. Yeah.
Okay, I tried.
So that's the most information I can
Right,
give you on
Yeah.
that
right.
song.
Okay, I mean, we all are super pumped.
Yeah, same
I'm
here.
looking
Like I
forward
said,
to it.
I'm just hoping that this song, Indian music have had a lot of collaborations.
Yeah.
J Balvin has
Yeah.
with Badshah. I've
Yeah.
done with Pitbull and Guru, but I still feel there's a song which will cross over,
Right.
and I'm
Yeah.
hoping Sony.
And good luck with it.
Good luck with it, bro. Good luck
Yes.
with it.
This
you.
was an amazing session with
Oh,
you.
wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
wow.
it's I wouldn't
That
say
was
it's a
quick.
wrap,
Yeah.
but we have like the most fun part coming.
Okay.
It's called the Let Me Backstage presents the rapid fire round.
Oh, all right.
So you know how this works.
Yes,
you have
I do.
10 questions, 1 second each.
1 second.
And
Yes.
here we go.
I'm a DJ, so I take time to mix
Let's
things.
let's give him 5
Alright.
seconds.
Yeah.
Let's give him 5 seconds.
Let's
Let's give him 5 seconds.
Yeah, the number 5 will give you 5.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. So if you had to choose a completely different career outside of music, what would it be?
When I was young, I wanted to become an astronaut, actually, and so I think astronaut.
There's
But
no
I'm
shadow
scared
on
of
Dubai,
heights,
right? There's no
actually.
shadow on moon, right?
So maybe that's what's missing. I Saru, if you're listening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about the best fan gift you've ever received.
I think someone had painted, made a drawing of me, and I really love that because that took a lot of effort.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of
Right.
gifts which I've got which are more materialistic,
Yeah.
but something which have taken time out and
Yeah.
Yes.
doing is crazy.
That's quite
Yes.
nice. What's the weirdest or the most unexpected place you found inspiration for a track?
Chulum, definitely. That was the track. That was the time I came up with an idea for Casanova.
Casanova, right.
Right. If you could perform a live set in any iconic location in the world, where would it be?
I'd love to at Taj Mahal actually because I just visited the Taj, and I mean I've been there a few times.
Right.
But every single time I go there, I'm just in awe because
Right.
it's just been so
too
beautiful. Yeah.
True.
Or if you could create a dream music festival lineup, who would be your top 3 headliners?
I think David Guetta because he's always been my inspiration. Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike because I really love the style, the energy, and probably Hardwell,
Nice. Good pick. Favorite cricketers?
Sachin, and now Kohli.
Favorite city to perform in?
If it's in India, I think there are lots of favorite cities, but 5 seconds, sorry. But Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. All right. The weirdest place you've ever DJ'd at?
I don't know what's it called. It's a light tower. So in Istanbul, it was for a bachelor's party, and they had converted a light tower in the middle of the sea into a club.
Oh.
Yeah, it
wow,
was
that's
crazy.
interesting.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
Most played track on your personal playlist?
personal playlist. To be honest, I don't listen to the same music again and again. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's a
The current one?
tough. Maybe 9:45.
Right, who's that by? 9:45?
Sidhu Moosewala.
No, it's by.
Who's it by?
It's by?
Funny enough, I was even making a mix of it, so I should know the name of the artist. But I think it's John Prab. I've been put in the spot.
okay, all right, okay. Never mind.
Well, honestly, Shadow, you killed it. You
Yeah, you
nailed
did.
this. This was
You did.
amazing.
You did.
And before we end this, we just wanted to hear from you. What do you think of Let Me Backstage and us?
I think this is great, but you know what I would really do is we should have this actually backstage.
Yeah.
Before
okay.
Before a gig.
You know, before a gig,
Yeah.
have some.
Let's do it.
Have
Shots.
some shots and
Let's do
really
it.
get crazy.
Let's
You
do
know,
it.
we're all dressed up. Everyone's dressed up for the club.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that would really create the vibe. I feel.
We actually have this, and we're doing this for one of the acts very
okay,
soon,
great.
next month.
Yeah.
We thought about it. There are some logistics problems.
I can
right
understand.
now,
I'm
but,
just saying that would be crazy. Yeah.
but
No,
we're
but
gonna-
you-
Thanks.
Then you would,
Great
then you would
idea, yeah,
really
thank you
see
so
the
much.
Yeah.
real me,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
probably.
No, so we
Ah.
will take this opportunity. Don't worry, since you
Yeah.
mentioned it.
Yeah.
The next one we're
Yes.
gonna have the drunken version of DJ
Shadow.
Dubai, the more fun version of DJ Shadow.
Right. So yeah, I mean, you were saying something.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So that was one concept. And what was it that you asked? What do you think
No,
about
I
us?
mean,
Yeah,
I mean that was about it. And
Yeah, but I had great fun out here.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You guys have been amazing hosts, and
Yeah,
yeah, thanks for having me.
thank you for
Thank you for
coming
coming.
here. And guys, please follow us on social media to get to know about your next guest announcements and episodes. We want you to be part of this amazing journey with us.
Remember, folks, this is a one-stop destination for everything music in India. Whether you're a musician, a fan, or just running through, your support means the world to us. Thanks for being part of our community.
Well, thank you for joining us today as we wrap up the 4th episode of Let Me Backstage. Stay tuned.
Woohoo! I hope you had fun.
I had a good
Oh
time. yeah.
boy.